Hi everybody, it's Sharon and her purple gloves here today. What we're going to talk about is cooking with essential oils today. So the oil that I'm going to be using, which is the main focus, is the fabulous oregano oil. So we're going to team that up with two other wonderful oils. We have basil and we have rosemary. So this lovely little trio of oils is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So the recipe that we're making today is a garlic and herb crudité, a garlic and herb canapé. So a canapé can be made with whatever bread that you and your family like to use the most. I'm going to use a French stick, but I also quite often use sourdough. So these can be just the bread on its own, or you can actually toast it as well. So it's just another way to show you how to get these oils into the body internally and really reap the benefits of them. So it's really, really important that we are ingesting these fabulous herbs that, and the therapeutic benefits that come along with them is fantastic, as we all know that the oregano is nature's antibiotic. So it's a really good immune boosting, kind of fights and kills off of lots of things. So it's a great thing to integrate into your cooking. So other things that I would use it for would be spaghetti bolognese, veggie or meat. Anything like that where you would normally use oregano, like Italian cooking's pretty good for that. So just feeling free to experiment, but this just gives you a little bit of an idea. So what do you need today? Some butter, 4 tablespoons. Some garlic, so a nice little lovely piece of raw garlic. A teaspoon's worth is about right, really. I mean, obviously when you're using strong flavours like raw garlic and oregano, you might find that it might be a little bit too strong for children. So again, play around with it. You might want to omit the garlic and just maybe add a little bit of lemon oil into the butter to make it a little bit more kid friendly. Or you might be lucky and have kids that are really into strong flavours. So a way of making this vegan is using a vegan butter or spread. Well, it's not butter, a vegan spread, or fabulous or olive oil. So that's perfect for you to change it up, and rather than spreading the butter on top of the bread, you can just use the oil in a bowl, adding in the essential oils and the garlic, and then dipping your bread straight in. So we're going to get cracking now, and I'm just going to give you a little heads up of what I'm doing. So from here, I might be able to take you down just a little bit to show you what I'm doing. So we've got our garlic here, and with the garlic, I find that garlic quite often doesn't smoosh up very easily. So I'm going to use some pink Himalayan salt. So if you pop the pink Himalayan salt right over the top of the garlic, and then use the back of your knife to kind of cream and smoosh it in. It's a really nice way of getting the garlic to reduce down a little bit, so you don't have to have such massive chunks in there. So you can chop it down a little bit more, or if you like it really chunky, just keeping it the same. But yeah, you can use that and keep smooshing it down into a little paste until you've got your little pile. So you're going to pop butter in. I've got Lurpaks. My daughter loves Lurpak, but I quite often like nice French butters. So you're just going to decant the butter that you need into your bowl, and then from there pop in your garlic, and then take a back of a spoon and just kind of cream the butter. I mean, if you've got a spreadable butter, it's quite easy, so it will melt. But if you've had it in the fridge and it's, kind of a nice block of French butter, you might want to leave it out of the fridge so that it softens and these ingredients all combine together. So it should look something like that. So obviously you can make it in a bigger batch if you've got a bigger party going on. So you take your oregano oil and you pop in just 1 drop of the oregano oil, maybe 2 if you like it strong or you have a bigger batch. 1 of your basil and one of your rosemary. So when you smell it, it's super fragrant. It's actually really nice. So I would just beat all of that up. Make sure you give it a really good beating, because what will happen is the flavours will just kind of tend to stick to one part of it, you know, and you won't find that you'll have the flavours distributed equally enough. So then you take your bread, whatever you choose for your bread to be, you just spread it along the top. Obviously, if you like it really strong, then a nice thick lashing. As I said, you can make it much more vegan friendly and a bit more healthier by just using olive oil, and you would just get the bread, decant everything into a bowl, and then just dip your bread in. So then you can cut up a few tomatoes, which is quite nice. So you can have it on there plain, or sticking a couple of little tomatoes on top, which is a really nice little topping. You could also pop on there some peppers or some olives, some cucumber, whatever. So you would basically just sit and go through until you distributed all the mixture, you know, a full French stick loaf, or your sourdough. So you would maybe have bigger slices if you're using sourdough, and then you would just keep going along. And then if you find that you've got a bit of residual, just put it into some tin foil, make a little sausage, and then pop it into the fridge or the freezer, and you can use it as and when. And then you've got your little canapés with whatever toppings you so desire. So today I've been using gloves. So for me, I don't like the smell of garlic on my fingers. So I always have a set of these handy. I do hair removal from home, so I've always got gloves. So if you don't like the smell of the garlic on your fingers and generally, you know, want to keep that from under your nails, then maybe get yourself a little pair of gloves. So I hope that I've inspired you today with a really easy recipe that you can use to make canapés from home, or maybe some other recipe. But yeah, it's quite good to play around with this one because it's really easy and there's no cooking required. So I hope I've given you a few ideas, and that you'll be getting cracking with your oils in your cooking. Have a really wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.